Today is the 21st of the month of Kislev. Monday, second day of the week of Parshat Shabbat. Shabbat Parshat Vayeshev and Shabbat Chanukah. Mitzvah number 135. So we spoke yesterday. The Kohanim will take and eat all the flour left over from a Korban Mincha. So today we're going to be discussing how are they allowed to consume it. The issue is, a Kohen, even in his own house, he cannot make the flour to become Chametz. So yesterday we were discussing cook some maybe mantu or anything that makes it Chametz is going to be Isur. So שלא לבשל שערי מנחות חמץ והוא חלק המנחות אשר לכהנים שנאמר במנחה. It says over there, chapter 6 in ויקרא, pasuk 10, number 10, לא תהפך חמץ חלקם נתתי אותה מישי. You're prohibited to make it chametz for the parts of that Hashem gave to the Kohanim. That's mitzvah number 135. Mitzvah number 136 we'll be discussing is that Hashem korban mincha shel Kohen Gadol, the korban mincha that the Kohen daily brings on the altar. So that's going to be the two mitzvah today. Today mitzvah Hashem will be mitzvah dedicated Le'ilui nishmat kol haniftarim that need aliyah, that don't have anybody in this world who will daven for them. Hashem should take the mitzvot that we're learning with Hashem and elevate them. Then Neshamot. Also, l'zchut chayilei Israel, for the merit of Am Israel and the soldiers and all those who put themselves in a harm's way to protect the Jewish nation. Right. Hashem should protect them with Hashem, and also return all of our captives all over the world, wherever the Jews are. With Hashem. Also, Hashem should use the zchut, send refuah shlema lekol cholei Amo Yisrael. We continue here. So the Rabbi says, "Vehu כאילו אמר חלקם שהוא שערי מנחה לא יהפך חמץ." So Hashem said that the part that goes to the Kohanim, as we know, the Kohen takes from a bowl of flour only a kometz, only what goes inside between the palm and the three fingers, puts that on the mizbeach. The rest goes to the Kohanim, and that belongs to the Kohanim, cannot become chametz. בפירוש אמרו זיכרונם לברכה, as our sage says over there in the Mishnah, Menachot, page 55, וחייבים על לפייתה חמץ. Anybody who bakes it and becomes chametz, he will have to be punished, what? Malkut l'sdav lechora, because there's a maaseh here. מדידי המצווה, כמובן, מה שאמרו זיכרונם לברכה, what is the rules on this mitzvah that the Rabbi sage told us over there in page 56, שהמחמץ אחר, המחמץ חייב, והמחמץ מנחה פסולה פטור. Okay? So now, the constant deviation or constant repetition of making it chametz, all those, אחר את המנחה, אחר המחמץ לאחר שכבר חימצה אדם אחר קודם לכן, חייב מלכות. Again, so the lashes will be given to Kohen. Let's say it became chametz, right? And now a person who goes and bakes it, let's say he made flour or whatever, made dough, and he let it sit for 2-3 hours. That's isur on its own. And another Kohen comes and bakes it while it's chametz. That's going to be another isur and also gets lashes. Now, mechametz mincha psula patur. Now, let's say if a mincha was not accepted in the Beit HaMikdash, for whatever the reason it became defiled, in that instance, even if it becomes chametz by a person's, by a Kohen, it's not a problem. He will not be punished for it. Shneimar, as it says over there, chapter 2, pasuk 11, Asher takrivu LaHaShem lo ta'aseh chametz. Whatever is befitting to be brought on the altar for Hashem, that you shall not make chametz. So here excludes this issue where the mincha offer was not accepted as a korban. In that instance, if it became chametz, it's not a problem. הקשרה לשם ולא בפסולה. הנמצא בראש המזבח אינו לוקה, שנאמר אשר תקריבו להשם לא תעשה חמץ. וזו כבר קורבה, ויתר פרטיה המובהרים בפרק 50 במנחתו. אוקיי? ונוהגת מצווה זו בזמן הבית, בזכרים ונקבות. This mitzvah, regardless, man or female, is always during the time of the Beit HaMikdash, obviously, it will be rebuilt very soon. אפילו עבר ישראל אחד והפך חמץ חייב מלכות, ואין צריך לומר כהן. Again, even if, let's say, the Kohen has a baker, an Israeli baker in his house, and she went ahead and she made it chametz, knowingly that they're not allowed to eat it chametz, must be eaten matzah, she will get lashes, even the Jewish girl who's not a Kohen. But if Kohen by himself did it, there's nothing to talk about for sure. It's a sur for him as well. Mitzvah number Kuf Lamed Vav. Mitzvah Korban Mincha Shel Kohen Gadol Bechol Yom. A Kohen Gadol is obligated to bring a Korban Mincha daily. Okay, Bechol Yom Pa'amayim, twice actually. Baboker uben ha'arbaim. He has to bring it in the morning, and he has to bring it in the afternoon. Shneimar, as it says in Vayikra, chapter 6, pasuk 13, Ze korban Aaron ubanav asher yakrivu LaHaShem v'gumar. The whole pasuk. Ze korban Aaron ubanav. This is the korban. This is the sacrifice of Aaron and his children. Asher yakrivu LaHaShem, that they shall bring to Hashem. ביום ימשך אותו העשירית היפה, סולת בנך תמיד מחציתה בבוקר ומחציתה בערב. So he has to bring, ביום ימשך אותו, עשירית היפה. What is עשירית היפה? Let's see, how much is עשירית היפה? A tenth of the ephah. So what was it again? So maybe a tenth of a gallon, 1 pound of flour, maybe? Yeah. Right. If a regular ephah is a gallon, let's say according to Hazanish, 1.1 of gallons of it, so it's about 10 pounds of flour. So here he would bring a tenth of that. Okay, 1 pound. This is brought. This is called the bringing of the Kohen Gadol. Nikred gam ken minchat Kohen Mashiach, and it's also called Korban Mincha of Kohen, which is Mashiach, means anointed. B'shosha mitzvah. What's going on here? Why do we need a Kohen to bring his own Korban Mincha daily, twice? Lefi she'haKohen Gadol hu hashaliach ben Israel la'avihim shebashamayim. We have to know that Kohen Gadol has a great status. He's this messenger between God's nation, Am Israel, and Hashem himself. Klomar, ki hu hanoseh tefillah elav ba'adam. The Kohen Gadol brings a prayer of the nation before Hashem constantly. And the fact that he behaves in this manner, where he approaches HaKadosh Baruch Hu directly, Am Israel, the entire nation, is forgiven and granted prosperity. And therefore, it's befitting for such a person who has such a status, elevation, that he helps Am Israel constantly. It's befitting for him to have his own korban, just like a korban tamid of the community. Just like the korban tamid, they bring two today. So too, a Kohen is obligated to bring the korban twice a day. And all this is, as we will have relativity, as we already spoken into the korban, the sacrifice, because we want constant thought of a Kohen to be connected to Hashem in constant perpetuity. And therefore it will help him and them. Obviously, now that the Kohen is bringing his own korban, he has a different atmosphere than knowing that this is korban for everybody. This is his own korban. This is how everybody knows. This is how individuals are made. That's what, when a person is doing on his own, this is mine. He has a more dvekut, he has more connection to it, and he has more, it's just for me. When a person is doing something that is specifically connected for him, he gets awakened and he has a bigger elevation, and that's the point of it. We want the Kohen to have that elevation. We don't need to discuss more than that. as a Masechta Menachot, the Mishnah Menachot, page Nun, page 50, second side. Keitzat asiyat chabitei Kohen Gadol. So now we're going to discuss how to fulfill this mitzvah. The Rabbi says the following: Mivi isaron shalem shel kemach shalem. So he brings isaron shalem shel kemach shalem. So he brings isaron. So isaron is actually 10 pounds. So what is so it's isaron is aserit haifa maybe. Okay. So it's actually 10 pounds of it's about a gallon point one according to Chazon Ish. Shalem shel kemach shalem vehotzeu b'chatzi isaron shel mikdash. שאף על פי שמנהג היסרון קריבה לחצאין, כלומר חצייה בבוקר וחצייה בערב, אינה מתקדשת לחצאין, כלומר שכולם מביאה ביחד. So what he does is he splits it into two, right? So maybe the half of that becomes aserit haifa. Okay. So then he brings it on the mizbeach. Let's see that. ומביא עמה 3 לוגין שמן. On top of that, he brings also 3 lugin of oil. So lug is about okay. לוג הוא מידת נוזלים המקבלה ל6 ביצים. במדינות זמננו שיעורו הוא כ-350 milligrams. So lug is about 350 milligrams. So with the flour, he brings 3 of those. Okay, 1,050 milligrams of oil. ובולל הסולת בשמן וחולט אותה ברותחין, ולש מכל חצי שרון 6 מלחלות. So what he does is he mixes it up with the flour, and makes ובולל הסולת בשמן, then he dips it into the oil, וחולט אותה ברותחין, and then runs it through hot water, ולש מכל חצי יסרון 6 חלות. Then from the half of each יסרון, he makes sure to prepare there are 6 חלות. נמצא שהם 12 חלות, and it's befitting that there, it comes out altogether 12 חלות. ואחת היו נעשות. And it was done one by one individually. וכיצד עושה מחלק 3 לוגין ברביעית במקדש, רביעית שלו לכל חלה, והופך חלה מעט, ואחר כך קולה אותה על המחבת עם השמן שלה. So again, he brings רביעית לכל חלה, he puts a quarter. Okay, so בקטע עושה, מחלק 3 לוגין ברביעית שבמקדש, so he puts the 3 לוגין into a quarter of a measurement in the מקדש. רביעית, let's see over here, the Rabbi says, haluk שיהיה במקדש. So the utensils in the מקדש, there was a chetzi luk, so he puts the 3 lugin of oil, puts it into, becomes 6 now. Okay. Lugin barvi'it shebemikdash. Sorry, it becomes 12. 3 becomes times 4 becomes 12. So it's a quarter, not half. Sorry. So it becomes quarter. Revi'it lechol chala, and it will be left. So each chala will have quarter of a lug. So 350 divided into 4, you have about 90 milligrams of oil in the what's his name. In each utensil, so no, again 3 lugin divided 3 lugin divided into 4. So each lug divided into 4. That's 90 milligrams. 90 milligrams times 12 is about 1,050. Okay, that's the number that we have to get to. So a little bit less than 90. It's I don't know, 80, 88, maybe 89, 87 and a half, something like that. Then he bakes it very little. ואחר כך קולה אותה על המחבת עם השמן שלה. And then he fries it a little bit. So again, he bakes it a little bit so it gets its stays in its form, and then he fries it. ואינו מבשלה הרבה. But he doesn't fry it too long. ואחר כך חולק כל חלה לשתיים כדי שיקריב החצי בבוקר והחצי בערב. Then he splits each challah into half in order to bring half in the morning, half in the evening. ולוקח החיצאין וכופל כל אחד מהן לשניים, ופוטט עד שתימצא כל פתיתה כפולה לשניים. So I guess he bakes 6 chalot and he splits them into 2. Now he's going to have 6 in the morning, halves, and 6 in the afternoon. ומקריב החצאין עם חצי קומץ לבונה בבוקר. So then he brings the baked already the challah on the matzah, and he takes a libona, also takes the kometz of libona, as we discussed, the frankincense, and he brings it with the korban. Then, okay, so it takes half actually of kometz, so that will be left over for the evening. That will be devoured by the fires. Okay. Nothing goes to the Kohanim, okay, just like any other Kohen. So nothing here goes to the Kohanim. Everything is burned on the Mizbech. According to Rambam, okay, that's going to be probably Machlok again in Ramban, yeah. So he says, according to Rambam, the Kohen performing the mitzvah in the morning and at night, that's one mitzvah completed. הרמב"ן זכרונו לברכה שמונה שני תלמידים ושני מצוות מודה בזה. However, since I guess it's not two תלמידים, there the Rambam says korban tamid in the morning and afternoon it's one. Ramban says no, it's two different mitzvot. The Torah talks about two different ways. So even though that there is a different korbanot, Ramban also agrees with Rambam and says that since I guess it's because of the splitting of the chalot. So you see that there is no shlemut in each one in its own mitzvah, and therefore nobody argues, everybody agrees that Korban Kohen Gadol Mincha is one mitzvah, even though it's performed in two sections. Have a wonderful, successful day.